We've got a little bit of Arkansas history for you. This month is the 100th anniversary of Arkansas getting its state flag.
I had no idea, and here to dig deeper into this history and the history books about this is Fox 16's Steve Adamson. He's live at Arkansas Flag and Banner. Steve, a very interesting anniversary here for Arkansas.
Good morning, Steve.
Hey, good morning, Deidre. Good morning, Greg. Again, you know, the state went 76 years without having a flag, and then it all kind of came to life when the battleship USS Arkansas was
commissioned. When they commissioned the USS Arkansas, they realized they didn't have a flag. And like you said, it went 76 years. And so the DAR, Daughters of the American Revolution in Pine Bluff, decided to commission, to run a contest to figure out, to try and elect a flag. And Miss Willie Kavanaugh Hawkers from Wabasaki? Wabasaki, she won the contest. And it was very similar to the flag that won. The flag that she designed was very similar to this flag. And this is a very good flag design. Being in the flag business, simple is better. When they put the state seals, it's not so good. So it's not good, it's hard to reproduce. So this is a very clean and nice flag, a lot like the Texas flag that's very clean. So this flag, she designed, as everybody knows, for the diamond, because we're the diamond state. And then the 25 stars, because we were the 25th state. And what a lot of people don't know is that this star is for Arkansas, and this other star at the opposite corner is for Michigan, our sister state right there. A lot of people don't realize that. And these three stars are for the countries that reigned over Arkansas, which would be Spain, France, and the United States. And this is pretty much her design, except for about 10 years later, they added the Confederate star for the Confederacy.
And I think her original design didn't have the word Arkansas in it, right?
That's right. And so that just a few weeks later, they came back and added the word Arkansas. And some people wish they hadn't, because then it would just be like a complete logo with no name. But they did come back about a few weeks later, and this is the actual flag that got ratified 100 years ago today.
Well, it's definitely a nice-looking flag for sure, as many Arkansans seem to fly it. We'll talk more about the flag coming up in our next half hour. Let's go back to Greg and Deidre in the studio.
All right, a little Arkansas history there this morning. That's good information to know.
Yeah, and the fourth star actually there in that little diamond, that's the fourth country that was over Arkansas, was actually the Confederacy. That was a separate country.
And
so
you know that how?
Well, from earlier discussions this morning. I did not know that off the top of my head.
He was going to try to put me on the spot.
A bit of Arkansas history for you this morning. Did you know that this month is the 100th anniversary of the Arkansas state flag? Here to dig a little deeper into the story and into the books is Fox 16 Steve Adamson. He's live at the Arkansas Flag and Banner store. Steve, good morning.
Hey, good morning, Greg. Again, we're here with Kerry McCoy, and she owns the company here. And
Arkansas Flag and Banner.
And you sell a lot of Arkansas flags, don't you?
I sell a lot of Arkansas flags. This particular flag, I think we sold 1,500 of them last year. And what this flag is, it's an indoor presentation flag because it has fringe on it. That's what separates an indoor flag from an outdoor flag. This is a 3x5 size. It's also the same size that used outdoors at homes, except for it doesn't have the fringe when you use it outside. And then you can get boat flags.
Boat flags?
We always have these on our boats, yes. A lot of people like to have boat users love flags, and there's lots of different kinds.
How about the real big ones, the ones that you would put, like you would see flying out maybe in the state capitol, those type of flags?
Yes, this is an example of how large they can go, and this is not even nearly as big as it can get. The Arkansas Capitol Association downtown on the I-30 freeway has a huge one on the top of their building, which is bigger than this, but that's just an example of how big the words can get and how large they can get. 8x12, 10x15s, they can go really large.
Wow. So when we're talking about the Arkansas state flag history being the 100th anniversary, there's a lot of real history to this flag when you think back upon it.
Yeah, it's a great flag day. It's 100 years ago that Willie Kavanaugh Hawker from Wabasaki, Arkansas, made this flag, and she made it pretty much like it is right now, except for we added the Confederate star 10 years after she designed it. But she pretty much designed this flag just like it is, the diamond, because we're the only state that has diamonds. We're special. And then the 25 stars for the 20, because we were the 25th state. And then the 3 stars below are for the foreign countries that reigned over Arkansas. Well, one of them's America, but it's for the Spanish fleur-de-lis, the Spanish Lions and Castle flag, the fleur-de-lis flag, and the United States flag that flew over Arkansas.
All right, that sounds like Arkansas has really covered the whole deal here in terms of its design. And next half hour, we'll delve a little bit more into the history of the Arkansas state flag.
It's the 100th anniversary of Arkansas getting its state flag.
And here to dig a little deeper into the history books about this is Fox 16's Steve Adamson live at Arkansas Flag and Banner. Good morning, Steve.
Good morning, Steve.
Good morning, Greg. Good morning, Deidre. Again, on this 100th anniversary of the Arkansas state flag, you know, this is our current design, but
Right.
folks could actually, if they're a real history buff, could go back and have a custom-made version of the original flag, which didn't look
Yes.
exactly like this.
That's right.
You could have the word Arkansas not in the flag and just the 3 stars. That would be one version of it.
Right, if you go to Arkansas, if you go to flagandbanner.com and click on the holiday, the featured holiday part, they show all 4 versions that are available with stars,
And
with
we-
3 stars, with 4 stars, and with the word Arkansas in it.
So that's kind of like how folks can really maybe learn a little bit more about how this flag is kind of morphed from its original beginnings back when we had, it didn't come about until we had the USS Arkansas battleship being commissioned, so they needed a flag for it, and that's how we ended up getting our flag. And then, of course, the design sort of came about from that, an original design, as we said, with the 3 stars, and then you had the 4 stars. But you can go back and pretty
Yeah,
much
and-
design your own Arkansas flag.
And flag lovers are often history buffs. I mean, a lot of historical flags like the Gadsden, the Bennington, the Betsy Ross are very popular. So to get a historical Arkansas flag would be a very popular thing too. So if you go to featured holidays on our website, you can see all the 4 designs. You can read about how they changed and how they morphed over the years, and you can have them custom made. So they're not in stock. So don't anybody come down and think they're in stock. You have to call and order one.
Here's an interesting thought, though. What if maybe somewhere down the road this flag changes again? I wonder if that's possible.
Georgia did that like 5 times in 2 years, and it almost drove us crazy. You want a 2003 Georgia flag? Because I've got one for sale right now.
Is it real cheap? I'll take one.
Yes,
'Cause
very
I
cheap.
spent a lot of time in Georgia, but that's something to think about. Maybe the Arkansas flag could see a different design in the
I
years
hope
to
not.
come.
This is a great design. I hope not. It's simple.
It is.
Simple designs are excellent flag designs. They're like logos, and the simpler the better, and the more recognizable
All
it
right.
is.
Thank you, Kerry McCoy. And let's go back to the studios now with Greg and Deidre.
I love her. Don't
Little
come down.
Arkansas pride. I like
Don't
that.
come down. Yeah, I love the Arkansas flag.